Hey, what's up, guys? It's Stephanie Tejada with BGC16, and you're watching Instant Reaction TV with Nyphen Freshh.
Hello everybody, welcome to Instant Reaction TV, where things get instant. I'm your host, Nyphen Freshh, and thanks for tuning into today's show. What's your instant reaction? Today, we have the gorgeous, exciting, lit, turned up, Stephanie Tejada from BGC16. Turn up. Hey, gorgeous.
Team Tejada in the building.
How are you?
It's amazing. I'm excited this is finally happening. We've been going back and forth for a while, and it's like, I can't do it yet.
I know, we're finally here.
Excited.
You look fabulous. You look so relaxed. I love that green. What does your shirt say?
It says Team Tejada, duh.
Oh, you already know Team
Yeah.
Tejada.
I'm trying to, sponsor my little t-shirts. Check out StephanieTejadaa.com. Get you one.
Okay, no problem. That is so cool. So where are you right now?
I'm at home in Orlando, Florida. That's where I'm from. O-Town.
Hey, Oaktown. Okay. I hope that hurricane. I heard the hurricanes were bad over there. I hope it's better now.
Well, it was supposed to be a Category 5, but just a couple trees fell down. Nothing crazy. At least not here in Orlando.
That's great. So why don't you start by telling everybody, you know, your zodiac sign, what you do for a living.
Hey, oh, so much. Okay, well, I'm a Cancer. I was born July 7th, and I'm a go-go dancer and a reality TV personality. I do modeling. I do comedy. That's like my main focus, comedy. And I do like go-go dance costume designs.
Okay, so you do go-go dance. How long have you been doing go-go dancing?
Like 5 years, 6 years.
5 years, 6 years? Okay. So how do you feel about people who say like go-go dancing is like stripping or whatnot? Because I've heard so many people say that go-go dancing and stripping are like the same.
Well, I'm going to say this depends on a dancer, because some go-go dancers be doing the most. And yes, it will be very easy to mistake them for strippers. But in reality, a go-go dancer should not be anything like a stripper. I know some people are just ignorant. Like, I have people come up to me all the time, how much for a private dance? I was like, go to the strip club and find out. So it just depends on the girl, honestly. But I don't feel offended by it. I just let them know.
Exactly. That's great. So Stephanie, what's your ethnicity? You have this kind of exotic look about you.
I'm Puerto Rican and Guatemalan.
Puerto Rican and Guatemalan. Which one of your parents is which?
My dad is Guatemalan and my mom's Puerto Rican.
Your dad is Guatemalan and your mom is Puerto Rican. Wow, what a mixture. So have you been to Puerto Rico or Guatemala before?
No, I have not yet.
Okay.
I plan on going this coming summer to Guatemala. I really want to go see all that stuff. They have dope-ass pyramids, and it's very like, I don't know if you know about like the Mayan culture, but like all those old like Aztec looking. That's what Guatemala looks like. It's like a bunch of that.
Oh, that's so cool. So Miss Stephanie Tejada, now we all know BGC16 is going to be a social media season. So we already know a lot of you girls have a head start, especially you. You have a whole bunch of your work out there. You do comedy, you do videos, you do skits, you do it all. So and they get a lot of views. You even said in your casting tape that Kevin Hart shared one of your videos.
Yes, Kevin Hart shared a skit that I did called "People Who Snapchat Everything." And I did it with my friend Julia, aka Julia Baba. She's very known on social media for doing similar stuff, skits and comedy. And it just, he shared it on Facebook, and that was it.
Oh my! So how did you get started doing all this comedy? Did you always have the personality to kind of? How long have you been doing it?
Okay, well, I've literally been impersonating people and doing voices since I could like talk. Like, I would watch cartoons and try to sound like Bugs Bunny, like whatever I'm seeing or listening to, even music. Like, I'd be trying to mimic people since forever. And I don't know if you've seen the movie Coming to America, But my dad would like make me impersonate the preacher at
Oh.
like family parties. I'd be like 5 years old. He'd be like, "Do the preacher, do the preacher," and I'd be like, "The Lord is good," and like it would go crazy. And I'm like, I should have known this.
That is so funny. Why don't you do an impersonation right now? Do Nicki Minaj.
Yo, I mean, like, if I'm not the baddest bitch, like, who the fuck is? Like, BGC16, Young Money.
Oh my god, you have such a you're so good at it. That is so funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Everyone says I'm my first critic, because I'll be like, I don't think it's that good, and they'll be like, what? I'm like, for real? And I'm like, no. They're like, no, you killed it. And I'm like, that's what keeps me going. It's like a lot of people will encourage me, like, no, that's really good. And I'll be like, okay. Guys, work on it.
No, that's seriously a gift. That's a great gift to impersonate people because you can go really far with that. So kudos to you.
Yeah.
So Miss,
thank you.
No problem. So Miss Stephanie, how did you find out about BGC16 social media?
Oh, like how did I get like on that?
Yeah.
Well, funny story. I had auditioned a few years ago. I want to say like 2 years ago with my best friend in Tampa, and we didn't get picked for that. I actually got a call back, and I was on Skype, and I remember it was a bad storm. And the power went out right in the middle of my Skype. I was literally about to go dance for them because they wanted me to do that in my casting. And I was like, okay, I'll do it right now. Let me go change. Came back, power was out. I was like, ah! So that never happened for me. But then with this one, they found me. And, you know, they emailed me to call them and that they were interested. And that was it. Wow. I was like, I didn't even audition for this. What a great time.
Oh, so did they scout you? Because I know sometimes they scout some girls and they come, like you said, they came to look for you.
Yes.
Okay, so do you know what season that was when you auditioned?
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
So my first auditioned? What was like 2 years ago? So maybe like 12, 11?
Yeah, probably 12, 11. Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, no, that is so cool. So Miss Stephanie, oh my God, BGC16 social media, turn up now. Yeah. Have you watched Bad Girls Club before you were on the show? Have you been a fan of the show?
Oh my God, have I ever? Yeah, me and my friends used to like throw parties on Tuesdays and get together, either go to my place or somebody's place, get like drinks and food and just binge snack, watch that, and then do whatever else afterwards. Like it was like an event.
That is so awesome. So have you been watching Bad Girls Club since season 1?
I haven't seen all the seasons. I've seen most of them. I actually got into it because my mom used to watch it. And I remember she'd be like, you shouldn't watch this. And I'd be like, I'm going to. And yeah, I've been into it for a while. Like, I think the first season I ever saw was with the Ambers.
With the Ambers. So that's like season 3, I'm going to say?
Yes. And then after that, I remember, obviously, Tanisha. That's, like, infamous. My favorite season ever is the one with Judy and Tiara and Stassi.
Season 7.
Yes. It's so funny because 7's my lucky number, and
yeah.
I've been seeing seasons everywhere. It's the craziest thing.
7-7. You were born 7-7. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's why I kind of made that my number. So
that is so cool. So, do you have any favorite BGC girls?
Judy is number 1. I love Jamie and Jazz from season 15.
Jamie and Jazz, those are my girls.
Yes, I love them. They are so fun. We actually follow each other on social media, so whenever I go to Miami, best believe we're gonna link up. Hey. That's gonna happen. And yeah, I think they're probably my favorites overall.
Okay, cool. So Miss Stephanie, you are going to be a replacement this season, correct?
Yes, I am the first this season.
Yes. So did you know that you were going to be a replacement when they called you, or how does that work? Did they call you and they're like, we want you to be a replacement for BGC16?
No, they call you and they say we want you to be on the show. Da, 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 da. There's a couple more steps in between, and then they called me and said, we have good news depending how you take it. And I was like, what does that mean? And when they told me, at first I was apprehensive, but then they were like, you're gonna be our secret weapon. And it's funny because that's what my friend said. She was like, you're gonna be the secret weapon. What if they call you and you're the secret weapon? I was like, secret weapon? I don't know. And then that's what they said. And I was like, okay, this is like the universe telling me something. Yeah. This is exactly what my friend said. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. Plus, because of the social media aspect, I was excited about that because Bad Girls Club is a platform to really expand in the comedy industry for me. Like, I want people to see me, know what I really am about. You know, that's what I'm hoping for. So I was going to take it because of that in itself. Like, social media, they're going to promote my shit. I'm about to be popping.
Right. So do they tell you if you're going to be the first replacement, or did they don't tell you anything about the show?
They don't tell me nothing.
Wow. How much?
They were just like, we need you to come out. They literally called me the day before I had to leave. I had to just oh, my life's about to change tomorrow. Got to quit my job and pack for 2 months. Like,
they let you know you're gonna be a replacement. So how did you react when you got the call that you're gonna go on the season?
I mean, I was excited. You know, I told my friend, and she was way more excited than I was. She was like, oh my god, bitch, you're gonna be on Bad Girls Club. What the fuck? I was like, ah, it is cool, right? You know.
Cute.
I was excited, of course. You know, this is a show that I wanted to be on. But now, you know, I am older, so I didn't want to, like, just be the ratchet girl in the house.
Right.
So I was like, this has to have a substance. And it does with the social media platforms. I was like, I'm going to do it. Honestly, if it was just a regular season, I wouldn't have done it.
Really? So you feel like you had that special like you said, 'cause it's a social media season.
Yeah, it definitely has more perks than any other season. For us, at least.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Now, how did your dad react? Because we all know your dad is a pastor, right?
Oh my God, he's a minister, yeah.
You're a preacher's child like me. Oh my gosh.
Well, not exactly, because he wasn't always the preacher. Okay, He changed his ways recently.
Amen.
But shout out to him. You know, he's doing his thing. But my dad loves me. He's a good father. He supports his daughter. He loves his daughter.
Excellent.
But he would definitely rather I be doing something else besides go-go dancing, modeling in these sexy magazines, or being on crazy ratchet reality shows. He wants me to, like, why don't you go to medical school?
Oh, yeah, all parents.
Right, like, oh, sure, yeah, right away. Go to college, do something, and I'm like, no, I want to do this. But he supports me because, I mean, this is how I am.
That's
if
great.
I want something, I'm going to do it. I don't want to say I'm rebellious, but I really do what I want.
Now, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a little brother, a stepsister, and a stepbrother.
How did they react to you going on the show?
My little brother's 9, so he was just like, my sister's gonna be on TV. That's awesome. He doesn't know what it is. God. My stepsister, I was like, you're not gonna watch the show, right? She was like, yeah, and my friends watch it. I was like, oh God, great example, you know?
Yeah.
And then my stepbrother is like a year older than me, so he was like, cool.
That is so cool. Well, I'm glad that they were all happy for you.
Yeah, everybody was happy. My mom was really happy. My mom's like my biggest fan. I love her so much. Like, since day one, she's always like, do what you want, go for it, I believe in you. If you believe in it, you just better make sure your shit's together, make sure your rent is paid. Don't go, you know, like, she was always on me, but she really supports me. Like, she will share my, you know, clips on her Facebook, like, watch my daughter on Bad Girls Club. Mom, don't have grandma watching me on Bad Girls Club.
Grandma.
Or something. Like, come on, Mom.
That is so excellent that your mom supports you. That is so excellent. Now, Miss Stephanie, flying out to LA. Now, after you found out you're going to the show, flying out to LA, how much time did they give you to go to LA?
I found out the day before.
So they flew you out the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So what if you're living life before BGC16? Do you have time to get all your things together and just go and join the cast?
Oh, I did. I was like, okay, I have this much time to get my pack. Let my job. I'm gone for X amount of time. Like,
yeah.
It was a lot to handle. But
okay. Have you been to LA before?
Yeah. I have been to LA for actually my first time in LA. I was shooting for Show Magazine. But I didn't really get to experience there. They flew me out to do the one shoot, and then I left the next day.
Okay.
I had some bomb-ass tacos, though.
Oh. So
and my second time was for my first, call back or whatever. They flew me out there. And that was the first time. And then my third time was living in the Bad Girls Club house.
Oh,
the third time.
That is so cool. So they flew you out to LA. Now, did they put you in a hotel before you go into the house? Did you go straight to the house?
No, you have to be separated from everybody, and then they kind of like, especially in my case, I don't know if you saw, but the whole prank thing, they were trying to hide.
Oh my gosh! And before, so, how many days did you spend in the hotel before you went into the house?
Oh, it was just the one night.
Just one night. Okay. Now, Miss Stephanie, when you were going into the Bad Girls, you have one of the most unique interests in Bad Girls Club history. Now, you met the girls at this improv acting skit show.
Uh-huh.
So, whose idea was that? Was that the producer's ideas, or who planned that whole thing for you to meet the girls?
I guess it was kind of a little mixture of both. It was I really wanted to do it. Obviously, like, let's do this. This is a great idea, but they set it up.
They set it up, okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't get to say, hey, we're gonna go to this improv class. That's not up to me.
Right.
Yeah, you know, they have to figure it out amongst production and whatever. You know, it's a TV show. It's a lot behind everything.
Oh yeah. So we all know you were the first girl there. You were already doing skits. You were already watching the other girls doing skits and whatnot. Now, when these girls walked in, you knew those girls were gonna be your castmates. What was your first? Who stood out to you the most? Who stood out to you like I'm gonna be around that girl? She's a baddie. Did any girl stand out at that moment?
I thought Adrian was very beautiful.
Adrian, okay.
Adrian is gorgeous, and she was like, wow, beautiful sway. You know, I thought all these girls are cute. Like, I was like, there's nobody ugly. And then, first of all, the first thing I noticed was Talon's wig. Like, what is happening? I was like, I like it, though. It gave me, like, a Nicki vibe, you know? I was like, maybe she's just out there. I thought that was her hair. I thought that was, like, her hairstyle.
Yeah, that I think was great. Yeah. So after you meet the girls, did you have any negative vibes or anything like that?
Adrian and Talon weren't as welcoming as the other girls were at first, but I wasn't offended because, like, you just met me.
Right.
This is the Bad Girls Club. Like, anything could happen at any moment. You never know. So, that was probably my biggest, like, oh, they weren't as nice to me as everybody else. But they weren't mean. They were just like, I don't know you. I don't know if I fuck with you yet. They were real.
Okay. So going into after you meet all the girls at the improv class, you guys are in the limo. Now, did the girls tell you anything about what happened before you got there, or about the girl you replaced?
They told me, because that's what I asked, of course. I was like, so what happened? Why did Shorty go home? And they were like, oh, there was this fight. They weren't really explaining it because there was a separation. Like Kailee and Z and Persuasion were in one car, and then it was me, Adrian, Tulum, and Kayla Winter in the other car. And in that car where I was with Winter and everybody, they were like, oh, you know, yeah, we don't really, like, care for Kailee and Z that much. If you fuck with them, that's cool. Da-da-da. I was like, okay, I know. Like, y'all not about to tell me I can't be friends with people. And they kind of told me that there was just a fight and it got nasty. They really didn't get into the specifics. They said that production wanted to send this girl home because of a fight. Okay. And I was like, okay. Oh, they weren't getting into it. And I was like, And then when I got Kailee and Z side, I was like, oh, really? Wasn't that a different side of the coin?
So did Kailee and Z tell you the same day about what previously happened in the house, or?
No, it wasn't the same day. Because they didn't know me, so they had just kind of let me know, like, there's kind of a separation. Like, when we went to that gastropub thing, there was, like, a separation. Clearly, I was with that man. Everybody else was. And I was like, what's going on? Yeah, there's a separation because this. And they kind of told me, but they didn't get into the details. But later down the line, we started getting to know each other, being more friendly. You get drunk together once with somebody, it's like, oh, my God, let me tell you what happened. But initially, no, I didn't. I really didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
I was just like, well, she left. Bye.
Now, Miss Stephanie, going into the BGC16 house after you guys get home from improv class, you're all turned up. You're running in the house. You're happy. You're like, yes! You're shaking your butt on your bed. You're happy to be in the house. Now, Adrian did ask you if that's your real laugh, and you said, apparently when I'm drunk, that is. So, do you think you were maybe a little scared to laugh like that in front of the other girls so they don't dislike you, or?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My laugh, I feel like my laugh helps people identify who I am as obnoxious, and I know it sounds like a dolphin. That's why I use the dolphin emoji. I know what I sound like. Like, I'm not deaf. I can't help it. Like, what do you want me to do? Let me just go ahead and switch out my voice box. I can't do that.
So is it your real laugh?
Yes.
Okay, it is your real laugh. Okay, great. So,
but at least there's instances. Like right now, if you were to make me laugh, it probably wouldn't come out. It's like, I don't know, I gotta be like a little lit or something. It's
yeah. Or like something really funny, something that's actually worth laughing at.
Right, like dying laughing.
Exactly. So after you turn up and everything, you're in the house and whatnot. I think Adrian was your roommate, right?
No, I was rooming with Sway and Winter.
With Sway and Winter, okay. So at this point in time, you're in the house. Now, did you guys go to the club? You guys went to the club that same night, correct?
Of course.
Oh. So who chose where you guys go? Who chose what club you girls go to?
I'm not sure who chose that night. Sometimes we come amongst all of us. We'll kind of decide where we want to go. I'm not really sure what happened that night. I just know they told me we're going to AOD, and I was like, "What is that? It's a club. Yeah, they have dancers. Yes." So we were excited.
Oh,
I was excited.
Yeah. I'm probably sure they were trying to get you drunk because you were the new girl and whatnot. They want to see what you're about.
Ever. Listen, Winter was like, okay. I mean, they didn't show, so they're like, shots for you, girl, shots for you. She was trying to like out drink me or something, or get me drunk, and I'm like, she has no idea what she's up against. Like, I can drink.
Oh.
Drink me? Ha!
So you guys are you girls are at the club, and there was an altercation that happened between Sway and Winter. Between I think it was Winter had people. She was bringing people into your section.
Oh, I'm talking about the second night when we went to play.
Oh, snap! I'm trying to remember what happened the first night. They had an argument too.
First night was the guy who was like disrespecting, and Winter was walking around with her friend.
Right. So Sway and Winter had an altercation where a guy was disrespecting Sway, and Sway got mad about it.
So here's what happened. We're in our section or whatever. Obviously, we have VIP and whatnot. And there's this irrelevant, ugly ass, bummy ass dude sipping a drink with like pink clear liquid. So damn well you know he's sipping some ice for like the last 3 hours. Just trying to flex, sitting on the edge of our couch. And Sway was like, excuse me, you need to move out of our section. And he was like, y'all some dumb hoes. That's not even a real show. Broke Girls Club. Like, disrespecting.
So he was coming at all of you girls, not just Sway.
Yeah, he wasn't just saying Sway. He was saying girls, hoes, y'all, like, plural everything. And I was just like, And then Sway was like, And Sway got really mad. And I'm like, Sway, chill. Fuck this guy. We gonna get him out of here. Whatever. And Winter was somewhere else where I think her cousin or her friend, I don't know, whoever the fuck it was, around. So that's why Sway felt like, why are you even talking about the situation? You were not there.
Right. So you can understand why Sway was really mad.
Absolutely, because I was there and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, who is this guy? You know, it's rude, mad disrespectful for no reason, and it's not like even like you have a cup of ice.
A cup of ice.
How are you gonna on anybody?
Yeah. So you definitely wouldn't say that Sway overreacted.
She got a little heated over the situation. Like, I don't think she should have let it get to her that severely. And I think that's what Winter was trying to say. Like, yo, you're above him. Don't worry about him.
Right.
But because Winter wasn't there, Sway was not even trying to hear it. She was like, you weren't there. Just leave it alone.
Exactly. And I think you and Sway were kind of getting close at this time. I saw you and Sway a lot together. So I think you and Sway were kind of getting a little close. Yeah,
I mean, I was cool with everybody. Nobody gave me any, like, even though Adrian and weren't as, like, nice, they weren't mean. They didn't give me any, like, weird vibes. It was just like, I don't know, I'm going to be nice and, like, give you the chance.
Right. So, after the club, after the whole argument between Sway and Winter, you girls go back to the house. Sway is still heated. Winter is taking a breather. And Winter is all upset. She's saying she's going to have an anxiety attack and whatnot. Do you feel Winter was being weak at that moment, or do you think that she was entitled to have that anxiety attack?
I don't think she was entitled to have an anxiety attack, but I don't know if she really had anxiety to say that. But I feel like, first of all, we were all drinking. So if she knows that we're drinking and you're commenting on a situation that you weren't even there, why not just drop it? If you just dropped it, Sway wouldn't be mad and you wouldn't be having this anxiety attack.
That's true. So
that's what I feel about the situation.
Okay. So after all of that, now I believe you guys go ice skating the next day, correct?
Oh, the roller derby. Oh, my God.
Yes, the roller derby. Oh, my God. You guys went roller derby skating, and Stephanie was having all fun. Sway fell on her booty. You guys were having so much fun. Now, how did the producer set up that whole activity for you guys?
Yeah, that was something that Adrian kind of came up to us and told us, we're going to roller derby. So I don't really know. I just know Adrian told us.
Oh, my God. That is so cool. So after you guys do the roller derby, and now you girls go out to eat, and Stephanie does the big hot dog eating contest. How many hot dogs was it?
Oh, no, it was that sandwich. It wasn't hot dogs. It was a gigantic sandwich. It was literally, I think, like 15 inches long, they said.
15 inches?
And, yeah, I think like 15 or 18. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But it was a big-ass sandwich like this, like Hoagie Fest on crack. And it was toasted garlic bread, cheeseburgers, pastrami, chicken, jalapeno poppers, mozzarella sticks, bacon, onion rings, french fries, mayonnaise, cheese. The whole sandwich had all that on it.
Wow, that is so awesome. So I know Winter was sitting across from you. Were you and Winter eating the same sandwich, or did you guys each have your own?
Oh, no. Well, the way we did it is they wanted two of us to do the competition. So I convinced Winter to do it with me because nobody else wanted to, and she was like, "Oh, should I do it?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Do it." She was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Do it." So she did it with me, but she didn't really do it. She kind of, I guess she just wanted to try.
Right.
But I was like, I'm going in. I'm really gonna do this.
No, you went all out with it. I think you ate the whole thing. Turn up. Stephanie put it down. You're very competitive. You like competition, which is a good thing. You like to have fun.
I like to have fun. I'm honestly one of those, like, go down for whatever if it won't kill us.
Right. That's great. Now there was another competition between Sway and Winter. I believe Sway was joking with Winter. She said something like, "Be careful about what you eat. All that stuff is gonna grow on your stomach and your booty and whatnot."
Right.
How do you feel about? And then Winter went out to take a breather. Did you really think about anything about that situation, or was it just like whatever?
No, if I was eating a 15 fucking ton sandwich and somebody said it's gonna go to your stomach and your butt, I said it probably will because this isn't a normal sandwich. I wouldn't have gotten butthurt over it.
Right.
I felt like Winter was emotional over it, but at that point, I feel like Winter and Sway were already kind of like intolerable around each other.
Okay.
That was the next day after the club thing. So they were already like, "Urgh." So it's like anything they're gonna say to each other is gonna upset them.
Right.
So.
Okay. So you.
I wouldn't have been offended by that comment. If Sway was directing it to both of us, I would have been like, I probably will. Fuck my life. I'm gonna have to run 10 miles.
All right. So at this point, you did say you were getting closer to Z and Kailee.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. So did Kailee tell you anything about what went down about the Winter and whatnot, or anything like that?
At this point, they told me what happened, and although I didn't agree with it, I wasn't about to kind of point fingers because I really wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. But if I'm not there, who am I to say what really happened? From what I'm hearing, I'm like, oh, wow, they really did that to you? I'm like, that's fucking wild. And I'm like, I'll be damned if that happens again while I'm in this house. However, I wasn't there to really go ahead and single Winter out because of what they're telling me. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. So you were getting closer to Kailee and Z, which is pretty good. That was your little clique in the house. So now going forward, you girls go out to the club again. This is episode 4. You girls go out to the club again after, or at least that's how they made it. After you had that big eating contest.
Yeah, we went to Playhouse.
Right.
I love Playhouse. They play all the hood.
So they play. Okay, so you girls went to Club Playhouse. Now there was another confrontation between Sway and Winter once again this episode. Now this time, Sway was getting tired of Winter bringing all her friends, bringing her cousins to this section. Not everybody wants to meet new people. I remember Talone saying that she's not the friendly type. She doesn't really want to meet new people all the time. How did you feel about that situation? Were you getting annoyed with Winter bringing everybody to the section?
Well, at that point, again, this is a reality show, so cameras are on us literally all day, every day. So they don't show a lot, but some of the things that happened was, Winter had already brought her homeboy into the section. And I don't know who he was. I don't know if he was a promoter or I don't know who the fuck he was, but some guy was there and he had his girlfriend or his shorty, whatever, and one of her friends. But then more people started coming. I was like, and Winter was like, oh, they're with them. I was like, okay, well, I don't really care. I'm lit. I'm over here. But out of consideration to everybody else, you should have said something. You should have asked. You shouldn't just have been like, yeah, come on. And it's
I saw some. There was some tall.
And Wu-Tang Clan in this bitch. Like 40 people are in our section. Like, right. You should have at least had the decency to ask, hey, do you guys mind if I bring a couple more friends in? So that's when everybody was kind of like, what's happening? And Sway was like, no, they can't be in here. So that's what could set that off.
Okay. Yeah, I saw there was a big, tall dude. He was really big. I saw them in your section. So they didn't ask to be. They just followed the Winter into the section. Winter
just kind of invited them without anyone's consent, really.
Okay.
So that was the issue.
Right. So after that,
nobody seemed to care. I was like, well, as long as you don't drink my Hennessy. I'm about to be sipping the bottle, B. If you want to get some more bottles, that's fine. But nobody really cared to that extent except for Sway. I think we were a little annoyed, but it was like, whatever, don't touch our bottles, we're watching the bottles. Everybody felt the same way, but Sway was like, no, they can't stay. So.
Right. Okay. So after that incident, episode 4, there's Persuasion and Winter get into in the car. Persuasion that she said a comment about my nose is in between Kaylee's, you know what, and I
didn't know what the fuck was happening there. I was having, listen, what y'all don't see is that car ride was like an hour. So those 2 minutes of an argument was going on for that whole hour. So everybody was bored in the car, and we're just like, y'all been talking this whole hour. Like, what the fuck? What now? I don't know how it got there.
Yeah, and I saw you talking to Adrian. You kind of seemed you seemed zoned out, so you probably
Right.
didn't know what was going on. So after that incident, they go.
I read that comment, and I was like, you should not be close enough to smell anybody's hoo-ha. And that's when she was like, well, my pussy doesn't stink, or whatever she said.
But looking back at it now that it's airing, since you really can't remember it, how do you feel that?
Right, but what I'm saying is, it was like we didn't care because that conversation was going on forever.
Right. Exactly.
I remember it, but I was like, that's so stupid. Like, you were mad over that, and then, like, I was like, I remember telling Sway, like, if you can smell my hookah, you're too close. Back up. You should not be able to know what's going on down there. But we were drunk. Like, we were... Yeah, we were leaving the club, like...
Exactly. You were probably sweaty and you guys were
dancing.
Everybody
was lit. Everybody was lit.
Exactly. So going back into the house after that incident, now Sway and Winter, they finally get physical. Now, Miss Stephanie, I did not see you in that scene when they were fighting. Were you somewhere else?
I was arguing with somebody on the phone.
Who were you arguing with?
I'm oblivious to everything in the world. I just run upstairs and security has them separated. I'm like, what the fuck did I miss?
So so you see them fight, and I mean you weren't there when they fought, but you see security and everything. So did you see the aftermath of the fight of Persuasion or? Well,
Persuasion was very upset because Sway's the type, from what I've seen, like when she gets mad, she gets like, you know, when people get so mad they want to cry.
Yeah.
She's like that kind of mad.
Okay.
And then Kayla had gone to the hospital because her finger. We didn't know at this point, you know. Kayla's like, oh, this bitch bit my finger, da-da-da-da. I'm like, bit your finger? Everybody's like, what do you mean she bit your finger? Like, how? And then Sway's side of the story is, she hooked my mouth, so I bit her finger.
Exactly.
I don't know if that actually happened. Even looking back at the episode, I don't really see Winter doing that. I can't really tell if that happened. Can you? Because I can't.
Right. There was a whole bunch of security and blocking.
Yes, and see if that happened, but that's
exactly.
That's their side.
Exactly.
She bit my finger. She hooked my face, so I bit her finger.
I do know some people when they fight. Some people when they like to fight, they actually put their finger in your mouth and they try to pull your teeth. Some people fight like that. So who's to know what happened?
It's funny. Who knows? I don't know. I definitely.
So
I was shocked.
Yeah, I'm sure. So at this point, Kailee and Z, they're telling you, "Oh my gosh, I hope Sway doesn't go home." I know Kailee and Z were in the kitchen talking about, "I hope Sway doesn't go home." You were doing your hair and makeup, trying to look all pretty, and Kailee was telling you that about the fight, and they were saying Karma bit her right in her butt, and you said, in this case, bit her right in the finger. Jokes right in the finger. That was hilarious. So,
I was like, Karma bit her in the ass or the finger. Yeah, that's right. I think that was Z who was talking about it.
Exactly, yeah. So after this incident, now, did Sway already go to the hotel?
At that point, yes.
Okay, so she did go to the hotel. So were you sad that, were you thinking that, because I know you and Sway were close too. So were you kind of scared that she wasn't going to come back?
After Kailee and Z, I would say Sway was probably the one I was coolest with. Mm-hmm. At that point. But you got to realize, I had only been in the house like 2-3 days.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like, even though we're cool, it's like, are you really cool with me? I don't know.
Exactly. And that's the bad
I was glad to see her go because she, you know, I liked her, but at the same time, I wasn't like, oh my God, Sway, no, I don't know her like that.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So Miss Stephanie, now at this point in the episode 4, there's been all types of drama, and of course you're the new girl, so you're probably not going to be in it yet. There's been all types of drama around you. Now you've been kind of watching it, especially with Sway and Winter. Episode 5, there's gonna be Talon versus Z, which we'll get to. But Miss Stephanie, now you remind me of myself. We're very extroverted personality, but you seem so nice and so cute and so fun. I just don't know if I could ever imagine you actually being in a confrontation. Not that that's a negative thing, but Are we gonna see you get mad this season in the upcoming episode? Are we gonna see you get mad and snap, or do we just have to tune in?
You'll have to tune in. You'll have to tune in.
Okay. Now, not even on Bad Girls Club in general, but just in your life, in your personal life, have you ever had confrontation where you have to fight or get physical with another female, or that's never been your type of problem?
No, I've had a few.
Okay. Now, would you say you were the aggressor, or were you standing up for yourself?
I never really instigate the fight. However, sometimes I get so mad I black out that I may take it to another level.
Exactly.
But I usually, if you want to fight me or I want to fight you, you really fucked up because I'm the nicest person. Like, what I am on TV is how I really am. Like.
Okay. So what do you say when you were in the Bad Girls Club house, before you even went into the house, were you a little nervous about drama, or you were ready?
I wasn't nervous. I remember telling production on my first day, can I wear sneakers?
Ooh.
Because I've seen the show. And I was ready for whatever. Like I don't know anybody who wants to just fight to fight. I mean, I don't. But if I have to, I'll definitely hold my own. That's no questions asked.
Right, okay, perfect. And at this point, after Sway goes to the hotel, now how do you feel about, it's still like day 3 for you. You've only been in the house for like the 3rd day. So would you say that you really feel any negative vibes towards any of the girls at this point, or you're still cool with all of the girls?
I wouldn't say a negative vibe, but it was just something in general. Like, I don't know, she's cool, but I don't know about her for some reason. Like, I couldn't point my finger on it, but it was just something about her. Like, I was like, I don't know. I'm trying, but I'm trying to see what it is. I can't figure it out. It's just like, you know when you just like, you don't really trust someone for some reason? You just don't know why. You're just like, I have a vibe about you.
Would you say
I had a weird vibe about Winter, but I was cool with her. That's weird. It's like, we're cool. You know, we talk, we do this, whatever. But I don't know about you.
Right.
I just gotta see about you.
But there was no tension or anything like that?
No, there was no tension or nothing.
Okay. Now, episode 5 is airing next. It's a preview. Hey, Stephanie's in the house. She's still the new girl. Hey. Now, there's going to be a fight between Talone and Z.
Yes.
Okay, and I saw you were looking so innocent. I mean, it's probably like your 5th day now. You're still very new in the house. And right. I saw you watching, you were looking so innocent. Without maybe saying too much since episode 5 hasn't aired yet, of course, would you say Talone or Z overreacted in the situation, or do you believe that the fight should have even happened?
I don't even know what caused that fight, but I know that it was like the 3rd time they fought.
Okay.
So at that point, it's like, why do y'all keep fighting? But yet you're in the house. You guys can obviously tolerate each other to be in this house. So what is happening? I don't really know what's happening. I guess Talone really felt like Z was being fake.
Okay.
So that's what Talone kept saying. If you fake, you flip-floppy or whatever it is, like you be trying to play sides. I don't,
Okay, and another preview on episode 5. You guys must have went out and partied because you were laying on Z's lap and you were just tired.
Yeah. So lit. It was just me, Kailee, and Z had gone out there. Nobody else wanted to go. I don't remember why. So we went to this like bar and they were playing the best music. They had the best food, drink specials. We were there for hours. We had the best time. We were fucked up. And yeah, we were lit. Yeah, I passed out in the car. Like,
exactly. And
I had a great time.
That's great. And you were laying on Z. Now, I don't know if you remember, but Z, she was talking to Kailee about blah, 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 about Winter. I think Kailee was talking about Winter. And Z said, why don't you do an impersonation of Winter? Do you remember that? Were you aware or you were just...
No. When she started doing the impersonation, I don't remember. I remember... when we had put the middle finger up, she was talking about what Tabitha did to her.
Okay.
So I know the way it's edited, it looks like, oh, I do my impersonation of Winter, and me and Z are like, But she was talking about Tabitha. And because of all the stuff that the other girls left out about the Tabitha and Winter situation, I was like, fuck that bitch.
Okay. So what about when she made that video? There was a video that she made. Okay, first of all, who filmed that video? Did you girls have your cell phones? Or because there was a video.
We were allowed to have cell phones sometimes, not all the time, and it was just social media posts. We could take some selfies, take some videos. So I don't know what made her do that.
Okay.
All of a sudden, I'm winter. Let me ask you whatever. I don't even know, but that was our phone for the night.
Okay, and Winter. So Winter, another preview in episode 5. Winter confronts Kailee, and she said, "If you got something to say, to me, go make a video. Say it to my face." Or something like that. Now, I don't believe I saw you in that scene. Where were you?
No, but I was aware of what was happening, and I felt, I remember me and Z telling Kailee, the only way that this is going to stop is if you just fight her.
Okay.
I told her, I was like, just fight Winter. Fight her. So this shit ends, because you did make a video. Obviously, you're not over whatever happened. End it.
Okay, so you guys were saying, okay, you made the video, own up to it.
Right, like, you did say those things. If you want to fight Winter, or you should fight Winter. Like, you just do it. Like, tell her how you really feel, square up, do what you gotta do, and just let it rock. Like, that's it.
Okay.
Once y'all fight, it's gonna be all out the air, that's it. Or who knows, maybe somebody will go home. I don't know. But the point is, the Winter Kailee bully situation would have stopped.
Okay, so you definitely don't, you definitely want to say that Winter she was being too tough on Kailee.
There were some things that she said that I don't agree with, like, oh, even with a broken finger, I'll drag you, or something like that. And it's like, okay, but what, like, why, you know? And then, I don't know, I can't really talk about it because it's kind of leaking into the stuff that's coming. But, I don't know, it escalated. But I do feel like Kailee should have told Winter how she felt once we were drunk, like, we were all drunk. Not saying it's an excuse, but she should have been like, I was drunk, but you know what? That is how I feel.
Okay, perfect. So, Miss Stephanie, with all these episodes coming up, we can't talk about it yet because it hasn't aired, of course, but we'll talk about some things about the reunion. So, yes. So, first of all, how do you feel about the Bad Girls Club 16 reunion being filmed before the show even aired? Do you like that?
I thought that was so whack because I wanted to see how everybody really felt and what really went down behind these closed doors and, like, I want to see what was really said, because I feel like that's how the reunion should be. It should be after everything is said and done. After all the stuff we didn't see is seen. Like,
I agree with you, because you know what? If they do it, whenever they do it after the show airs, the emotion...
It's lit.
Exactly. Thank you. And you have the fans to hype you up. You start to see things that you haven't seen before. But when you do it before the show airs, you don't know anything. It's kind of pointless.
You're just looking at yourself like, oh my god. But I remember my little clips. They were showing my little impressions, and I was like, oh my god, I'm crazy. I'm fucking another show. So Bad Girls Club and Stephanie show.
So did you watch clips before? Did you watch clips before you filmed the reunion? Did they show you those clips or episodes?
We got to see one episode.
One episode, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Miss Stephanie, now, out of all the girls this season, and whenever, like, spoilers and spilling things on the girls, you were a mystery. We didn't know too much about you. You kind of stayed out of the drama. You stayed out of all the social media sass and everything like that. You didn't get involved in that. Now, the reunion is coming. Did you have any girl to take vengeance out on, or you were just pretty much cool?
I went to the reunion ready to defend my friend. And that's Kailee, that's Z, I wasn't about to have nobody jump nobody.
Okay.
So, even though I personally didn't go in there like, I was like, I'm not about to let nobody else try y'all. So, that was my stance. Like, okay, I'm going to do my thing, whatever, as usual. But I'll be damned if somebody tries whoever.
Okay, no problem. Okay. We're going to play a game. It's going to be called Would You Rather? Are you down?
All right.
Okay. Z or Winter?
Z.
Z or Kailee?
Z.
Winter or Adrian?
Adrian.
Candy or Cabrina? And for those who don't know, these are girls that are coming later in the season, replacements.
I have to choose. This is so hard.
Okay, I'll be nice. I'll let you keep both. Cabrina or Tiara?
Oh god, this is so hard. I mean, I love them both, but I feel like I've had deeper conversations with Tiara.
Okay.
So on a spiritual level, I'm more connected to Tiara in a sense. I love them both though, like to pieces. But I'm gonna say Tiara.
Okay. MTV or VH1?
MTV.
Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton?
Hillary Clinton.
Jaylamina from BGC14 or Camilla from BGC8?
Camilla.
Natalie Nunn from BGC4 or Tanisha from BGC2?
Tanisha.
Natalie Nunn from BGC4 or Rocky from BGC10?
Rocky.
Red from BGC12 or who's it going for Red? Red from BGC12 or Lauren from BGC12?
Lauren.
Okay. Now, Miss Stephanie, going with all this show and everything, who would you say are the top 3 girls you're closest to? If you had to choose the top 3.
Top 3?
Yes.
Like total?
Yeah.
With placements and everybody? Z, Kailee, Candy. Yeah, Z, Kailee, Candy.
Okay. That's great. Oh my gosh, Stephanie, now is there anything you want to say to your fans, to your followers before we end this interview?
I just want to thank everybody who's been supporting me, who's been rocking with Team Tejada. I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for loving my laugh and then hating it at the same time. Thank you for buying your t-shirts today at StephanieTejadaa.com. And just keep fucking with me because I fuck with y'all. I love y'all. Team Tejada.
Hey! Okay, everybody. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning into my interview with the beautiful, gorgeous, lit Stephanie Tejada. Stephanie with the great personality. She's very lit. She loves to have fun. She's a very different type of spice to the show. And we love and appreciate you, Stephanie. And thanks so much for doing this interview with me.
Bye. Love you guys.
My pleasure. Until next time. Peace and God bless.
God bless. Thank you.